This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, over 100 kids are participating in the Hazleton Integration Project's after-school program. We drop by next. Welcome to FYI. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken Cara. Authorities have identified a man they believe ambushed the state police barracks in Blooming Grove Township Friday night. Today, police issued an arrest warrant for Eric Matthew Frayne of Canadensis. The 31-year-old Monroe County man is considered armed and dangerous. He is described as white, 165 pounds, 6 feet 1 inches tall with blue eyes. The ambush resulted in the death of State Police Corporal Brian Dixon and wounded Trooper Alex Douglas. Our media partner, the Standard Speaker, will have more on this story in Wednesday's paper. The executive director of FunFest is stepping down. Judy Ann McGrogan is resigning from the organization she served for more than 20 years. Just over a week ago, McGrogan was recognized with a special plaque for 25 years of service at FunFest or to FunFest. Mary Malone, president and CEO of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, tells FYI that McGrogan submitted her resignation and that her last day will be next Friday. Malone praised her service and dedication, recognizing the stress associated with planning an event of that magnitude. When asked if FunFest will continue, Malone says she can't imagine it would not. However, the FunFest committee will host its regular wrap-up session to discuss what's next. In other news, a Hazleton restaurant was robbed while customers were inside. It happened last night around 10 p.m. at the Beltway Diner on South Church Street in Hazleton. According to police, 3 people made off with an undetermined amount of money. Our media partner, the Standard Speaker, spoke with the co-owner, who says 3 men dressed in black with their faces covered walked into the restaurant around 10 p.m. as the business was about to close. The suspects had a baseball bat, a machete, and a pipe. They began banging the bat off the counter and furniture, demanding money from the register. 5 patrons were inside at the time. Some of the customers told the Standard Speaker they thought it was a Halloween joke. Anyone with information on the robbery is asked to call Hazleton Police or dial 911. The mayor of Hazleton has a proposal he says would put 10 new police officers on the streets. Mayor Joe Yanuzzi proposed a tax increase that would increase Hazleton's police force from 38 to 48. According to the Standard Speaker, the increase could be voted on by city residents this November and would add $1 million to property taxes. Sam Galski's article says City Council would have to vote on a ballot question ordinance for the plan to move forward. And if that fails, a petition would have to be circulated to put the question on the ballot. You can get more details at standardspeaker.com. Yesterday marked opening day for a popular after-school program in Hazleton. For the second consecutive year, the Hazleton One Community Center is operating an after-school enrichment program in conjunction with Penn State University. A member of the faculty from Penn State's University Park campus and a graduate student there were on hand for the kickoff.
It's very impressive, and something that really sets this program apart from my research and experience in after-school programming is that the program itself with the teachers is staffed entirely by volunteers. And that's something that's pretty unheard of, actually, in running an after-school program of this size. Elaine's talking about having around 120 students enrolled in the actual enrichment program. And I have never read about or seen a program of that size operate entirely on volunteer work.
The program focuses on keeping children's attention after they have already spent a day in the classroom.
That was kind of the problem last year, where they came and they just did homework, which just repeated kind of everything that they were doing at school, and a lot of times the homework was too hard or they finished really quickly, and then what? So the teachers did a really nice job of bringing in other activities, and we've really formalized that more this year, where the students will have about 45 minutes of homework help, but then they'll go into enrichment activities in reading and math, so that they'll be project-based, hands-on learning experiences that will develop those skills they need for school, but will get them excited about learning and motivated, and will develop their language skills, which is really important for English language learners, which there are quite a few here.
So going forward, we want to make sure that we're really supportive and helpful to the teachers who are on the ground, implementing the work that we've done all summer. So we'll be here at least for these first 2 weeks just to see things get started and kind of work through some glitches that are bound to arise. And then periodically just checking in to see what they need from us, any additional support, how we can be helpful, and also to see and continue to study what happens here, so that maybe this program can be a model for other programs across the country.
Also in attendance, former heavyweight champion boxer Tim Witherspoon, whom I will talk with later in sports, and National American Miss Pennsylvania preteen Jacqueline Snyder, who dropped off hundreds of school supplies that were collected by pageant participants. And we will have more with Snyder later this week on FYI. And for more information on the after-school program or to volunteer, you can contact the Hazleton One Community Center at 570-861-8081, or you can email them, hazletonintegrationproject@gmail.com. MMI Preparatory School has this great tradition called the Pajama Parade. Every year the seniors organize the event and the freshman class walks the streets of Freeland in their PJs. Some seniors even had squirt guns so they could give the freshmen a refreshing blast. The Pajama Parade was held last week in Prepper Country. Each year at this time, one area lawmaker hosts a senior fair. Our Lisa Sugart has the details.
It is a major event each and every year, and it is free. I am talking about the Senior Expo, which is hosted by State Representative Tara Toohill, who we're lucky to have in our studios today. Representative Toohill, this is a wonderful event that is really taken advantage of by so many people. Why do you want to do something like this, the Senior Expo?
The Senior Expo is excellent. We have so many seniors that come, and younger individuals in the community. They'll bring their grandmother, or they'll bring their mom and dad, and it's free and it's one-stop shopping. So that's the best thing for our seniors, that they get to go around, and any issue that you have with any state agency, if it's a PennDOT complaint, something with the Attorney General's office, if you're getting fraud in the mail, or you want to be on the do not call list, things like that you deal with at home, you're able to go to the Laurel Mall, and we have every state agency there to help you. Senator Yudichak's office comes, Congressman Barletta's office comes. So we try to make it at the Senior Expo that it's everything there that you could possibly need. We have it right there for you in one place, and it's easily accessible at the mall.
Well, it's understandable why so many people do come, because these are a lot of services that would take you a lot of time on the phone if you had to contact all of these agencies. And I know one of the big draws all the time are the testings that go on, the glucose testing and the blood work, available from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. So a lot of health care involved as well.
We do. We have major vendors, healthcare providers, home health providers. We actually book it to capacity. So last year we had more vendors than ever before. We're always trying to squeeze in extra space at the mall. So it's heavily attended. There's lots of seniors that come out, and we have all of the great providers that care about our senior citizens. They're there. So they have free massages and all the different health scans. The blood and glucose testing is a huge event, and that starts right at 8 o'clock in the morning. They want you to not eat anything after midnight, eating and drinking after midnight, and that you come and you can get that for free. And I think a lot of senior citizens that normally maybe they can't afford that kind of testing or don't want to have to pay for it, you can come right in and they'll help you out right there. So that's one of the huge things that people come out for.
You know, in covering it over the years, many people have said, I don't go to the doctor all the time, but they do come to the Senior Expo pretty regularly.
They do. And people that I don't get to see all the time, it's kind of like a reunion. Maybe I don't get to run into them in the office. They do come out, and we have a special event at 12:30 for those seniors that stick around. There's a raffle. And all of the different vendors, they all bring an item. So we have all the home health care providers, really some beautiful raffle baskets that the seniors are able to put in and get these raffle prizes. And that just makes it a little bit fun as well.
All right. Well, that's the Senior Expo, hosted by Representative Toohill, Thursday, September 18th from 10 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. at the Hazleton Laurel Mall. And again, we want to remind you the glucose testing and blood work available from 8 till 10 a.m. and you should refrain from eating after midnight. Important information, as she said, one-stop shopping, all under one roof. So we hope you will be there.
Lisa, you're the best. Thanks for that story. Coming up next on FYI, we learn more about this year's Bloomsburg Fair. And in sports, former heavyweight champion of the world Tim Witherspoon talks about the boxing program he's getting ready to launch in the Hazleton area.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
And it's Tuesday. We're back here with Care for Kids, and right now we are focusing on Luzerne County children and youth. We have Seal Bartolai with us. She is the social service coordinator, and thank you for joining us here on FYI.
Thank you so much for having me.
There is a lot involved with fostering, adopting, and emergency placements that people need to be educated about if they do decide, that they want to bring a child into their home. So today we want to focus our attention on emergency placements because there are two different types, right?
Correct, there are. If Luzerne County children and youth, our job is to keep kids safe, and our job is to keep families strong and keep families together. When that can't happen, we need to find another place for the children to be. First thing we look for is family. We look for family that might be available, and that process is called kinship care. If we find a family member, we can make that family member an emergency caretaker. And what that means is we need to do clearances and we need to check their home. It's the beginning of a process called kinship care. And we can place a child there. If there are no family members that we can locate, we look for emergency foster homes. And this can be any time of the day or night. A lot of times things happen in the middle of the night. We have an on-call system, caseworkers that respond to crises in the middle of the night, and we need foster homes that are willing to take children in on an emergency basis. To do that, you need to become a foster parent for Luzerne County children and youth, and that's the difference. You need to go through the process of becoming a foster parent, and that is a long process. It involves clearances and home studies and home checks that are a little bit, more rigorous.
But we don't want to discourage people from doing this process. There are people that can help you. I know through Attorney Lori O'Gurkis, who's been very active with Luzerne County children and youth, and also through CASA. We have Brandon's Forever Home, and you can ask questions on there. We are on Facebook under Brandon's Forever Home if you have questions about filling out those forms. But again, we are looking for families. You can be in a single home as well.
Oh, absolutely. And though I've described the process as rigorous, it can be done quite easily. You will get a lot of help and a lot of support. There's so many things that we can offer foster families. There's so much help you can get, and the rewards are tremendous.
Well, thank you so much. If you want any more information, Luzerne County Children and Youth phone number is 570-826-8710. Join us every Tuesday right here in your community, Caring for Kids.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
I don't think you can see it in this shot, but on my way to work today, I saw some trees with their leaves turning colors. Let's see if there's fall weather coming our way. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 49. Boo. Let's go to the extended forecast. On Wednesday, sunny with a high near 65. I'm cool with that. And then on Wednesday night, partly cloudy, the low is 48. A nice day on Thursday, mostly sunny, a high of 64 degrees. Thursday night, we dip down 38 degrees. Call that fall weather. On Friday, sunny, high of 63. Friday night, partly cloudy, a low of 46. And on Saturday, partly sunny day, a high of 68. No rain in the forecast for a while here, knock on wood. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, low of 55.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
We're here in Bloomsburg on FYI in your community, highlighting the many activities taking place for the 159th celebration of the Bloomsburg Fair happening soon. Bill Barrett has a job of keeping everyone safe, so thanks for joining us today.
Yes, I'm glad to have you here and hope that we'll have a good year with you this year.
Just so people know the magnitude of this fairgrounds, how broad of an area is this?
Well, we got about 260 acres. We park 20,000 cars. On a Good Friday or Saturday, our attendance is 70 to 80,000 people.
Wow, and also about on a daily average of people that come in, there's about 80,000 people?
I would say on an average, if it's not, the weather isn't bad or whatever, we can get 50,000 a day.
Okay. So what are we doing to keep everyone safe this year?
Well, we got new cameras. We put cameras in 2004, but we updated them and actually added more cameras this year. Real-time cameras that will be able to see what's going on in the area. The security people are all zoned, so they're in areas, so if something happens, they're already there.
Okay. From the cameras, you have new people here, experienced people working?
Yeah, we have a lot of retired state policemen. We have some district justice working, a lot of prison guards, a lot of prison people come and help me out. We have over 200 employees here. We got the firemen, we got ambulance, we got like probably 15 firemen, and then we have ambulances all over the fairgrounds, manned by medical trained people.
So you're prepared for this massive amount of people that will come walking through the gate?
Yeah, we'll be ready, and we're not expecting to have any problems. We still got to do the search thing to make people safe, and in case something would happen, we are searching at the gates. So we want people to know it's something that we are mandatory to do by Homeland Security.
All right, so are people allowed to bring any items, or what should fair goers know?
Yeah, at this point, they can bring what they want. I mean, backpacks, but we have to go through them to make sure they're safe. Hopefully, not in the future. We might, there's other fairs that are banning backpacks all over the country. But I'm hoping not to do that because we have weather problems here at the time of year we're doing it. People need coats, and when it's cold and when it's raining, they need umbrellas and all that. So we're not gonna ban anything at the fair as far as this year anyway.
All right, so you heard it. No problems are going to happen this year, right?
Right, and hope you all come. We're going to have a good time this year at the fair. We're going to hopefully have good weather, and I expect to see you here.
I will be here.
Okay, and I want to meet your husband too.
All right, you're watching in your community here on FYI.
Green screen time on FYI. Here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. The Daily 115, the Big Four 5094, Quinto 54656, Treasure Hunt 8, 14, 20, 21, and 23. The former heavyweight champion of the world next on FYI.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Former two-time heavyweight champion of the world Tim Witherspoon is getting ready to launch a boxing program at the Hazleton One Community Center in conjunction with the Hazleton Integration Project. Now, Witherspoon, a Philadelphia native, spoke to the kids who are participating in HIP's after-school program, and here's one of the first questions he was asked.
Has he ever fight Mayweather?
He's too small for me. I go like this. Hey. Floyd's a little guy. You see Mayweather, he come right now. He come up like this thing.
It's like a challenge there. We will have much longer story on Witherspoon as part of Out of Left Field here on SSPTV. But here's part of his interview. I asked him what it was like training with Muhammad Ali in northeastern Pennsylvania. And this came after Witherspoon was a standout tight end in Philadelphia and went to college on a football scholarship.
That was beautiful. I got selected to be around the greatest of all times, Muhammad Ali. And what more could you ask? Here I am trying to be a professional football player, trying to do the best I can do, just trying to be a good guy. And here I am winding up sparring with the greatest of all times and going in that direction. I keep telling people, by accident, I became heavyweight champ of the world. Imagine if young kids put their mind to a goal, what success did they have? I know that aggression, releasing a lot of stress and pressure everybody has stress, and I think that releases a lot. The thing is that you have to tell these kids, they like it so much that you can't use it outside of the ring. That's a no-no. Once you learn how to defend yourself in box, do not fight outside the ring. And the majority of them don't do it.
To sign up for the hip boxing program, you can call the Hazleton One Community Center at 570-861-8081. And remember, watch our full story on the first episode of Out of Left Field with Tim Witherspoon. And Witherspoon will be on the Sam Lassant Show, and you can watch that show on Friday at 1:30 p.m., 4:30 p.m., 7 p.m., and 11 p.m. It's now time for the FYI Standard Speakers Scoreboard. The Spartan Splash Water Polo Tournament was held over the weekend, and the Lady Cougars won 2 of 3 at the tournament. The boys, the HHS boys water polo team, they were swept at the tournament. In girls soccer action, Tamaqua fell to Lehighton. Megan Boyle scored from the penalty spot for the Lady Raiders. How about some tennis? Tamaqua area, they beat Hazleton area, taking 2 of 3 of the singles matches and sweeping the doubles matches. In volleyball, MMI and Shenandoah Valley both suffered losses in league play. North Schuylkill, they topped Lord's Regional 25-12, 25-13, and 25-16. Carly Gregas had 9 kills and 9 digs. In a non-league field hockey matchup, Emmaus beat the Big HA 8-1. The Lady Cougars play at Honesdale on Tuesday evening. Hazleton area is 2-1 in league play. Now for full recaps of all of these games and matches, head to standardspeaker.com or pick up Tuesday's Standard Speaker. Happy Wing Night! It's Wing Night at Bottlenecks. Get $2 off your order of wings or all-you-can-eat wings and boneless wings for only $14.95. Bottlenecks wings are voted best wings in the area year after year.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Hazleton Art League will be presenting an afternoon of jazz featuring the group So What on Sunday, September 21st at 1 p.m. The Art League is located at 225 East Broad Street in downtown Hazleton. Suggested donation is just $5. More information, please call 570-817-1075. And finally, St. John the Baptist Byzantine Catholic Church, located in Lansford, will be selling frozen pierogi on Friday, September 19th. Price is $6 per dozen, and pickup will be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. To place an order, please call 570-645-5656. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Robert A. Gross, Sr. of Sugarloaf. All services will be held privately and at the convenience of the family. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Julia Bream of Jeansville. Arrangements will be announced by the Damiano Funeral Home. Edward G. Zermine of West Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home. And Julia Sider, formerly of Oneida. Memorial will be held Thursday at 10 a.m. in the St. Joseph's Roman Catholic Church. The Harmon Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Sandra Marchetti of Cunningham. Sandra, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-459-9813 to win your free movie.
Tomorrow on FYI, we continue our preview of this year's Bloomsburg Fair, and it's Dave Day. Dave Seaman, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker, will be with us on the Sportscast. Until then, take it easy, everyone.